Hi, welcome in. What can I get for you today? Okay. 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 Okay, so that's gonna be a medium hot, sugar-free, extra sweet, vanilla, caramel, and hazelnut latte made with ristretto shots and unicorn milk, no foam, extra hot, room at the top, add in a packet of Splenda, double cupped, and with a drink tray. Anything else? I've gotten some strange drink orders in my time of being a barista. Among all of those, I've literally had a woman order a steamed heavy cream with 10 pumps of vanilla. That's just deflated whipped cream, but steamed. Anyways, I've had lots of questions from people asking what drinks they should get throughout my time as a barista, and I thought that I would make a video of some of my favorite drinks to tell people or recommend to people based on what they tell me they like. And so I thought I'd put that in a video for you guys today. So if you guys didn't know this, I am a recently retired barista as of about 3 weeks ago, but I was a barista throughout my time in college. That's how I paid for things, and I did it almost my entire 4 years. I think I did it 3 years. I had 2 different coffee shop jobs, one when I lived in Connecticut and one when I moved down to Florida. And my recent coffee shop job in Florida has been my absolute favorite job ever. I will miss it so dearly. Working at a coffee shop is great because you work with amazing people, you get tips, which is really nice, and it's just really fun to prepare and create drinks for people. And most of the time you're gonna get nice people. Not all the time will you have people that order weird things and then yell at you for making them wrong, among the other strange things that have happened to me on the job. So I've had a good amount of experience working as a barista and mastering a bunch of drink recipes that I really like, that I drink myself. Before we jump right in this video though, I want to segue into our sponsor for the week.
For all my coffee lovers, this is for you. So Javi Coffee is a coffee concentrate, which means that it basically serves like espresso. And so I just combine this with my favorite type of milk. I accidentally spilled it here, haha, and then I'll combine it with some cinnamon, some honey, and that's it. You've basically just made yourself a latte. You don't have to be professional to know how to do this, and they sent me these cute little straws to go with them. And so if you guys want to check it out, you can use my code or click the link down below to follow you to the page and use the code Kristen10 to get a discount off of your first order. Additionally, all of the cute stickers you see on my video today are going to be available to you guys for no cost whatsoever. They're going to be digital stickers, and I will put them in a Google Drive for you to access if you would like to. They work on any iPad or iPhone, or honestly even a laptop, as PNG stickers that you can put anywhere that you'd like.
I know you might not recognize this setup, but that is because I am currently at Justin's new apartment in South Carolina, so this is just temporary for this video. I do not officially live here. However, I'm loving the plant. It's a really cool apartment. It's like an old mill, and so the ceilings are really high. It might be kind of echoey, so I apologize if that's the case. There's a giant window over there. I'll insert a picture, but it's been a good time here. So if you don't recognize the background, that is why. I'm kind of feeling it though. I kind of like the lighting, I kind of like the setup, and I really like that plant back there. So 3 different types of categories of different types of coffee drinkers. Number 1 is gonna be for my bold coffee drinkers. You do not like the taste of sugar and you want to enjoy your coffee. You want to taste the coffee in the drink you're having. 2, you guys are my sweet tooths. You do not want to taste the coffee whatsoever. You just want the caffeine or the aesthetic of drinking coffee, and you would like it as sweet as possible. 3 is gonna be my miscellaneous category. These are gonna be drinks that are not as well heard of. You might not know what they are, and I'm gonna recommend them to you guys to try them for yourself and see if you like them. I have my handy dandy iPad here with my list of drinks, so let's jump right into this video, shall we? First, I just want to cover what the difference is between a latte and a cappuccino, because this is something that I get asked all the time, and I didn't realize that people don't actually know what it is, and it's really simple. A latte just means that there is less foam, and a cappuccino means there's more foam. What happens after that is how you customize the drink. So a latte is usually your standard, and then by adding flavoring in there or altering things just a little bit, that's how you change it into a variety of other drinks. So as long as you get the latte, cappuccino thing down, you're already set. You might be wanting to become a barista, and this is gonna be a nice little lesson for you, maybe. Or maybe you're just that person that wants to be confident when you order coffee. That's fine as well. All right, coffee drink number one, it is an espresso macchiato. This is literally just a shot or 2 or 3 or 4 of espresso. Normally people will do a double espresso macchiato, so 2 shots of espresso, and then you pour in a little bit of steamed milk, and it comes in a baby 8-ounce cup, and that's it. This is perfect for you if you are on the go, you want to drink coffee really quickly, kind of just take a shot of espresso and get the caffeine, but you don't want to drink straight espresso, so the little bit of milk makes it a little bit more enjoyable to drink. I personally like drinking espresso straight, but if you don't and you want to add that milk, a double espresso macchiato is the perfect thing for you. Next, I've got a cafe au lait. This sounds more complicated than it is. A cafe au lait is half regular coffee, so it's brewed coffee. It's not pulled through the espresso machine, so it's not gonna be as rich and dark. And then half of steamed milk. So it's basically a less strong latte, if you will, but it's also half coffee, half steamed milk. So it's not the little concentrated espresso that you'll get in a latte with a lot of steamed milk, but it'll definitely taste a little bit less aggressive, but still bold and dark, and you'll still get that coffee taste. And it just mixes things up a little bit. It's kind of nice to switch how your coffee turns out. Number 3 is an Americano. So I don't know if people know what this is. I was surprised how many people didn't, because I had people coming up to me trying to order a caramel macchiato, and they insisted that it was called an Americano, and they're completely different things. A caramel macchiato is, you know, an iced or hot latte with tons of caramel and vanilla in there. An Americano is espresso with hot water. It's basically watered down espresso. It kind of makes it similar to just a regular brewed coffee, but it's still got the dark flavor from the rich espresso. I forever was like, that's disgusting, who would drink that? But I came to find that I actually really enjoy Americanos when you put a little bit of cream or half and half in there. I also liked to put some other kind of flavor, not a lot of it, but just something in there to add to it. But if you're fine with just an Americano and cream, that's how you like your coffee, go for it. It tastes really good because it's rich, and Americanos are just really rich from their espresso flavoring. So you might be wondering what's the difference between getting like a medium brewed coffee and a medium Americano. Well, an Americano is gonna have more caffeine in it. It is more concentrated, it is higher in caffeine count. You're gonna get a bigger boost from that. If you're someone who can't handle caffeine, I recommend the brewed coffee. It's just as good. However, you can also make an Americano decaf. Personally, I hated making these because they're a little bit more annoying to make, and also you might as well just get a decaf coffee at that point. However, if you really like the taste of espresso, a decaf Americano, or even an Americano with 2 regular shots and a 3rd decaf shot is just as good. An Americano also already has an extra shot in it than a latte, so you can ask your barista to take a shot out if you don't want to be bouncing off the walls. Okay, moving on to my sweet tooths. I see you, I hear you, I get it. You want to be drinking coffee, you just don't like the taste of it. That was me when I first started drinking coffee. In fact, my first ever coffee drink that I finished in full was from Dunkin' Donuts, and it was an iced caramel vanilla latte, I think. No, actually it was an iced caramel coffee with cream and sugar. So that's a lot of sugar in there. I don't recommend getting that at Dunkin'. They put a lot of sugar in there. But to this day, I have a sweet tooth. I drink coffee a little bit more black than I used to. However, I do like to put a nice fun flavoring in there occasionally. So this one's for you guys. The first thing, and it has been my go-to drink recently, I've been absolutely loving it, and it is a honey lavender oat milk iced latte. You can make it hot. I prefer it iced, up to you guys. I have been loving honey. I put honey on everything, in everything. Honey is my saving grace, and honey is better than putting a vanilla syrup in there because it's got more simple sugars, and so it's a little bit better for you than putting in some processed sugars. Honey is natural, and so it's just better for you to use. So if you're looking for a way to make your coffee a little bit healthier but still sweet, I recommend honey and cinnamon. Both are really good. But so lavender, guys, okay, I forever was so against lavender. I was like, lavender is absolutely disgusting. It reminds me of my essential oil machine, which I do have and use all the time. So every time I'd smell it, I would be like, I should be anxious right now. And also it just tasted like you're gonna drink perfume, like. So forever I was against it. And then I got a drink at a bar, and it had gin, champagne, and lavender. I don't remember why I got it. It was really good though. It had like edible, actually, you know what? That was why I got it. It had edible sparkles in it. But so lavender, all of a sudden, I was like, this is really, really good. It doesn't taste like you'd expect it to. And I just recommend you guys try it. I was telling so many people to get lavender towards the last few weeks of me being a barista, and so many people were like, this is actually really good, and they came back and kept getting it. One guy in particular, he'd come in with his service dog every day, and when I first told him to get the lavender honey oat milk latte, he was like, all right, I'll try something new. It's not usually what I get, but I'll do it. He literally came in every single day for the next week after that just to get a honey lavender oat milk latte. It's sweet, it tastes good, and it's a little bit different than getting a caramel macchiato or something that you usually get. My next drink is for my mocha drinkers because I see you as well. Mocha to me is so comforting. It reminds me of hot chocolate. It reminds me of the cold. Ever since living in Florida, I don't drink hot coffee as much as I used to. However, I do sometimes. I like to drink my mochas hot. However, they also taste good iced. So this drink is a white mocha iced latte or hot latte with cinnamon on top. Like I said, love using cinnamon. It is a really complementary taste to a lot of flavors that you put in coffee. I usually just sweeten with either cinnamon, honey, or the two of them, and then I'll be good. But if you ask for a pump of white mocha in your latte, white mocha and cinnamon just reminds me of the fall, and I love it. It's really good. Another shout out is butterscotch. Butterscotch is really good to put in coffee. It's not the healthiest. I don't recommend making it your everyday drink, but it's good if you want to try it. I love that. My third sweet tooth drink is a maple syrup latte. At my coffee shop, we call this a Merry Maple Latte, and it literally was just maple syrup in your espresso and your milk. That's it. It's actually really good. It is really sweet, so this is only for people that really like sweet. You can always ask for something half sweet, and honestly with the maple syrup, that's the only way that I can drink it, because if it's full sweet, I get a sugar rush and probably a headache. But it's a different way to sweeten your coffee, and you probably have it at home, so you can honestly probably use it in your own coffee. I just don't recommend using a ton of it. Call on your inner Buddy the Elf and use maple syrup. The last coffee that I recommend making, I've made it a lot before and people love it, is a Café Con Leche. And when I first started drinking Café Con Leches, I was living in Barcelona in Spain, and I kind of just thought, oh, I'm only gonna be able to drink this here. And honestly, they were really good there. I haven't been able to find one as good since. But what a Café Con Leche is basically just an extra sweet whole milk latte. Sometimes the espresso that's used at a Cuban restaurant or something like that, they'll use Cuban espresso. So the espresso can vary across the board. But you put in a ton of raw sugar. So again, not the healthiest, but you put in like 4 or 5 packets of raw sugar and use whole milk. And you basically just have an extra sweet whole milk latte. It's not bad. It's really fun to order though. And I've had some really good ones, especially when incorporating Cuban espresso. All right, my number 3rd category. This is gonna be coffee and drinks that you may not have heard of before that you might wanna try. We're gonna start easy because some of you may have heard this but may not have thought of doing it, and it is a dirty chai or a filthy chai. Dirty basically just means that you're adding a shot of espresso. Filthy means you're adding 2 shots of espresso. I only drink chais dirty. I don't like them completely sweet, and I don't feel like I get enough caffeine from them. So anytime I order a chai, usually iced, but I also get them hot, I will put a shot of espresso in there, 2 shots if you really prefer more coffee over chai. And chai is just usually half of a chai concentrate, which is more of a tea. It does have caffeine, but it's like a spiced, sometimes vanilla tea mixture. It's really good. I really recommend it. And then you combine it with milk. And then if you add the chai, you just have chai concentrate, milk, and espresso. The next thing on my list is a drink that makes me laugh every time, and it is a flat white. A flat white originated in Australia, I believe. It was an Australian drink that Starbucks coined here and brought it over here and made it popular here. One time, one of my coworkers made a joke to me that I'll never forget, and she had said that she believes the people that order flat whites went on some fancy date with someone, and the person was like, you should get a flat white, and they got it and they liked it and they kept ordering it ever since, and they have no idea what's inside it or what it is. It's pretty true because most people don't actually know what it is, so I'm here to tell you that. A flat white is basically a milky latte. You've got ristretto shots in there, so it is a latte, but the ristretto shots mean you have the same amount of coffee grinds, but less amount of water, so less time the water runs through it. So you get a bit more of a bold taste. You also add in an extra shot to kind of make sure that there's enough espresso in there. And then you do it as an upside down latte. So if you were getting a hot flat white, Oh, and I forgot that it's made with whole milk. If you're getting a hot flat white, you've got a medium cup, you pour in your steamed whole milk, and then you add on top your ristretto shots. I have nothing wrong with flat whites. I think they're fine, I think they're good. It really depends though on where you get it from, because I've got it from places that made it horribly. It didn't taste good, it just tastes like steamed milk. But I've also gotten it from places and it tasted pretty good. I haven't had the Starbucks one. I've heard good things. If you get it once though and you don't like how it tastes, I recommend buying it with an extra shot because it might add the coffee flavor in there that you're looking for. However, some people really like the milky taste and that's why they buy it. So if it's for you, go for it. You can always add a flavor shot in there of whatever you like. All right, down to the last two. This one's my personal favorite on this entire list, and it is an Espresso Con Panna. Con Panna. I'll never be able to say that right. This is basically, you can get it as an espresso macchiato with whipped cream. Basically, it literally just means put whipped cream on there. But you can also get it with just espresso, and then you can add a little bit of half and half and top it with whipped cream. Whipped cream is another thing I love to put in my coffee, specifically my espresso. And what I was making recently was pulling 2 shots of espresso, putting a little bit of half and half in there, a little bit of honey, and topping it with whipped cream. That's all you ask for when you go to order it. You just say, can I get a double shot of espresso? Sometimes they'll know what an Espresso Con Panna is. If they don't, it's a double espresso with a little bit of half and half, honey if you want, and whipped cream. And it's not that hard to order. It's really good, and it goes down really fast, so you're caffeinated instantly. Okay, finally. Our last drink is actually not a coffee drink. However, it does have caffeine, and even though I'm not a tea drinker, I love this drink, and it is a London Fog. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about tea steamers. You most likely have, but if you haven't, that's okay. It literally just means you steep a little bit of your tea in some hot water, usually a black tea. You can make it with anything though, and then you pour steamed milk over that concentrate, so it's almost like making a tea, like espresso concentrate. And you've got a milky tea that tastes like Earl Grey or dark orange tea. So a London Fog takes Earl Grey tea, steeps that, then you add some pumps of vanilla, and then you add some steamed milk on top of it. And it's really good. It reminds me of rainy days. It just reminds me of a comforting taste. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then I tried it and I was like, this is really good. You can make tea steamers with anything though. Another one that I've recommended to people, and one girl specifically absolutely loved this drink, was a tea steamer with honey milk ginger tea. And then you add a bit of honey and some almond milk, and the almond milk really brings out the flavoring in the tea. 2 different shout outs that I have that my coffee shop specifically served was macadamia nut milk. I love this milk. It is a non-dairy alternative that's got a little bit of sweetness to it, and so it was just one of my favorite things to use in lattes. And second, Irish cream. I love the taste of Irish cream now. If you put a little bit in your coffee with like half Irish cream and half vanilla, it tastes so good. Like, you just gotta try it for yourself. Like, if you like Irish cream, this might be a coffee that you like. Normally, you wanna try and pick a coffee for you that isn't gonna be super unhealthy. You don't wanna have your coffee just adding calories to your day, but if you're looking for a little treat, getting something with a little bit extra sweetener in there is okay. We all have to treat ourselves sometimes, don't we? I really recommend using honey and cinnamon if you really wanna change things up. Also, changing your milk to some other non-dairy alternative is fun, even if you're not lactose intolerant. It's just a nice way to switch up the taste of your coffee. I really hope this video helped you guys though. Thank you so much for watching. I was really excited to make this because I love talking about coffee, and I feel like this whole time I had my customer service voice on, so I apologize for that because normally I'm like making fun of myself when filming, but this time instead I was like serious, like you were a customer and I'm talking to you. So I hope that helped. I hope I wasn't too serious, but a lot of information out there that I like to tell people about coffee because I love coffee. I drink it every day. I'm addicted, and I'm already missing working at my coffee shop. So this is my way of still getting the customer service interactions that I just miss so much. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And the next time I see you will be in a more regular setup. However, that's still gonna be changing as I redo my new room. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on your way out. It really helps boost this video. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, see you guys. Bye.